54, LIV Golf's ultimate pre-show. We're high above sea level in vibrant Mexico City, and round one, let's just say the altitude wasn't the only thing elevating the action. The heavy hitters came to play, and the star-studded leaderboard is packed with major champions showing serious grit. Round two is locked and loaded. Who's gonna rise and who's feeling the pressure? Let's dive in. Welcome to the Club 54 pre-round show, starting with a beautiful shot. Bryson's final hole here on the first, an all-out assault. Continued, blasted it uphill 396 yards on the green. I mean, it's giving Happy Gilmore. Including the Masters, Brian DeChambeau has been in the top 5 of the leaderboard after every round since round 1 in Miami. His last 8 rounds, this guy's on absolute fire right now. Look at this guy celebrate. The fans love it. He's man of the people, and we're here to talk about all of it. Welcoming our LIV Golf analyst, Jerry Fultz, my best friend forever, and 3-time PGA Tour winner, 4 Aces champion, and absolute stud, Pat Perez. Bryson DeChambeau giving the people what they want. We couldn't have asked for a better round one. It had everything. It had Bryson DeChambeau at the top of the leaderboard, Jon Rahm doing his thing, Cam Smith. We had the big names absolutely attacking the course. Pat, can you just break down from a golfer standpoint, from a pro standpoint, how special was Bryson's performance yesterday?
Incredible. He made it look like a chip and putt. I was telling Jerry, I couldn't believe when we played back here in 17-18, this course played short, but not this short as these guys made it look yesterday. Bryson, I mean, he was chipping and putting all day. No surprise shot 9 under, but the last drive, that drive on number 1, people don't understand how hard that is to do. How accurate for one, how hard you have to hit it. And it's just amazing. I was blown away.
When you separate yourself by over 7.5 shots from the stroke average for the field, that is some incredible golf. And he did it yesterday. He played with purpose. He played with passion. He almost played with a little bit of what people might interpret as looking for revenge for what happened Sunday at Augusta. And the energy he displayed yesterday, the energy that he brings to the fans and he generates among the buzz amongst the golf course is something he didn't have Sunday at Augusta. Couldn't get anything to go his way that day. Yesterday he got a few breaks, and he plays with such passion and purpose that when he gets going like that, it's unstoppable.
It's really hard to put into words how cool this leaderboard is leading into round 2, but why don't we give it a try? Jerry, Pat, break this down for us. Here is the individual leaderboard as we head into round 2 with Bryson DeChambeau leading the way, putting on a show. Jon Rahm, Cam Smith right on his tail, tied at second. Jerry, Pat, what do you see here?
I see 3 major winners at the top, 4 major winners at the top, actually. No surprise, cream rises at the top, all stars. It was nice to see Carlos Ortiz come back, had a horrendous start, fought back all day for his home country. It was awesome to see.
Pretty cool stuff.
Shockingly, the win predictor has Rahm as the leader by a lot at this point. That's amazing.
Here's the team leaderboard. Crushers GC at the top of that with Ripper right there with them. Smash actually having a pretty solid day and 4 Aces trailing. Which team even has a chance to catch Crushers and Ripper GC here on this course?
I'm a fan of the 4 Aces, have been for a long time, not because Pat's standing here next to me, but they haven't shown it yet, and DJ's not playing that great right now. I really like Smash's chances because they have kind of felt like the doormat so far this season, except for an odd decent round here and there. So I think they feel like they have something to prove because they shouldn't be the doormat. That is a star-studded lineup.
Well, yesterday we had the altitude, we had the aggressive play, we had everything that we wanted in round 1. Let's take a look back at how it all went down.
The LIV Golf League has landed in the rarefied air of Mexico City. Well, the big dogs are chewing up Chapultepec in the early going here. DeChambeau 4 under, Rahm.
Good one, Rambo. What do you like so much about playing this course?
Most courses in Spain kind of look like this. Where I grew up in northern Spain, there's quite a bit of elevation change and tree line.
Got a sand wedge. Oh, say again?
Like a youth feel when it comes to these courses, and I thoroughly enjoy them.
Just unique. Nobody plays golf like Bubba Watson.
Since I switched putters, it's been amazing. It's been good. It's been where I want to be, where I should be.
And he looks ominously good, the Australian.
I think I just kind of got out of my own way today. The driver was feeling really good today, and just decided to, send it down there as far as we could.
Oh, take that. He drives it like that. He is going to demolish this golf course.
Oh,
read it, and I was like, where is that? He's like, it's right on the pen.
Look at that! Look at this!
I was like, no, it's not. And he goes, oh my gosh, it's on the green.
Took a flaming leap at it. That was sick. He leads the way by a shot, and the Crushers level for the team lead with Ripper GC.
Keep an eye on the team leaderboard today, or?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because we were going well. I don't know whether it was about this point last year that we got going, but we're definitely rolling now.
Just in the last 10 minutes of coverage, we had a near 400-yard drive onto the green.
Every bit of 400.
We had almost multiple holes in one, and I just got to ask, what's your favorite part about yesterday? And what are you looking forward to most about today as well,
It's
Jerry?
all the same. Bryson's last shot, full swing of the day yesterday, is going to be his first shot today. That's going to be awesome to see if he can repeat what he did yesterday. It's unlikely, but he's going to certainly, sure as hell, going to try.
He's going to give it a run.
Yeah.
Pat, you? What you got for us? Come on, as you say, give me something good, Pat. Give me something good.
I got the same as always. John played incredible. He made 9 birdies, 2 mistakes, 1 short miss putt actually on 16, which was completely surprising. But I'm expecting some great golf out of this group. I'm excited to be following today. I'm looking forward to some good stuff.
Well, guys are getting prepared as we head into round 2, and there's only one person that would be perfect to check in with right now, and that is Rachel Drummond. Rachel, what's up?
Hello, Christian. How are you doing? How are we all doing?
We're good.
We're good.
We're doing good, Rach. How are you?
How are we all doing? We're on the range. Right, we're going. I had voices in my head. It's like I'm... Right, let's have a little look. Right, Poulter. No, perfect timing. Great round yesterday.
Morning.
Morning. I hear you've got the Medina putter in the bag. What vibes is it giving you?
Well, I put a new putter in the bag a couple of weeks ago, and when you don't have a track record with it and you don't hold any putts, you have to relegate it for something that you've had quite a bit of success with. So, not to say that it's the be-all and end-all, but this is it's been pretty trusty through. It does say hot on the bottom. Be careful. I'm hoping it's as hot today as it was yesterday, and we can keep making a few birdies because that would be really nice. And hopefully Team Majestics will have a great week this week.
Come on, I'm rooting for you. Clarky, how tough is it to caddy around here?
It's tough to breathe, never mind caddy.
We need oxygen tanks. Right, let's keep moving. I just can't believe how I started that range walk. I apologise to everyone at home. We're getting hugs. Scott O'Neill, CEO, got some flowers. Scott, quick question.
Yes.
How much do you enjoy the range walk?
It's one of the. It's like the pit walk in F1, or it's like walking courtside in NBA. There's nothing quite like it. You get to see some of the great stars in the world and have fun watching them warm up. But to see them practice and commit themselves to the game is pretty special. Can I give you one fun fact from yesterday? So at 7 o'clock at night, I was doing a little bit late work. Course is cleared out. Everybody's gone. I walked past the putting green. 2 guys on the putting green. 7 o'clock at night. Brooks Koepka and Dustin Johnson. And you think, that's pretty? You have, 7 majors between them? You have 2 surefire Hall of Famers, and they constantly work on their game. Always trying to get better. Actually made my night.
Scott, I love that. I think we've got to keep an eye out for them today. Let's have a little look. Crusher's playing great this week. Abe, home favourite. Let's get a look at that swing. I'm going to finish with Tyrrell Hatton. You see that stick he's actually got in the ground? Let's look at that quickly. This is for shot shaping, so he knows that he wants to swing left, start at left. Let's see this pure ball striking.
And the driving range is closed.
Here we go.
Shotgun start coming up.
Beautiful. Another fun fact for you, it doesn't spin as much at altitude. Bubba knows that, so he's not shaping it as much. And a few players have actually changed golf ball this week to help that. So they're all making changes to mitigate the altitude.
Presser yesterday that he's performed here in 4 tournaments before. He feels pretty confident. How is his energy out there today? Do you sense any confidence, or how's his energy?
He's just amazing. When I watched him yesterday, the biggest thing I noticed is how free he is. And it is, if you haven't watched him live, you have to. The way he shapes it, the way he sees these shots. And the biggest thing, he was #1 strokes gained at the Masters in putting. And that putter is hot at the moment, so I'm expecting great things from him. He's hiding over there, so I can't go get him, Christian.
Don't worry, we got a shot of him right now as we speak. Thank you so much, Rach, for your time. Jerry, you got anything for her before we go?
No. I love watching her do her thing, and I'm jealous that you're out there walking the range and talking to these guys. You get some great info, and we all appreciate it.
Yeah, Jerry, you can't be jealous of my intro. That was awful.
Oh, no. You're great, Rach. Ask Scott where he got that hat from. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, no
thanks.
Where do they sell that at?
All right, speaking of Bubba, what does Bubba Watson have to do to see himself at the top of that leaderboard by the end of today?
Just keep believing. Yeah, just keep believing that his best days aren't behind him. He believes that. I wholeheartely think he believes that. He didn't have any reason to believe it for about 2 years coming back from injury, but he's playing like the old Bubba. He hasn't lost a step. I mean, he hits it as hard as he used to. He has the same club head speed he used to have. Some other guys have caught up to him from a power standpoint, but that chipping and that putting, those magic hands of his, he said all he needed to do was to get to middle of the pack in putting, because he was the doormat last year. He was last or second to last in putting. He's in the top 10. He's ranked 10th right now in LIV Golf for the season, and he led the Masters in strokes gained putting. That is saying something. Bubba just has to keep believing he can do it and not get intimidated or feel out of place.
Well, Bubba is actually in one of the marquee groupings of today. Let's talk about our first group. Two groups going off of number one again today, but the first one, HB3, Tyrrell Hatton and Bubba Watson. What can we expect from this trio? Jerry, Pat, what do you think?
I'm excited to see Bubba play again. I'm happy for my boy Harold. He's been playing great. He's been hitting the driver better than ever, he said, longer than ever. He didn't play great last year. He had to, he got to work, got some, got work on that driver, switch drivers, switch balls. He's hitting it great. A lot of confidence right now.
Harold looked at last year as a blessing, and this year he's the only 4 Aces member to have scored points in every tournament so far.
Pretty impressive. We have our final group, John Rahm, Cam Smith, and Bryson DeChambeau. What a lineup. Does it get any better than this? This is fun.
I was just thinking about it, Pat. For all those guys, there's some star-studded guys chasing right now. You look at the guys you're chasing, you don't like your chances too much, do you?
You really don't. I mean, 3 major winners, all stars, obviously. You got all major winners, like I said. These guys can putt, they can chip, they can drive it, they can do it all, they can take over this course. I like the way Cam's playing. He's obviously got a bit of confidence going, but the other 2 guys really have a lot of confidence going. So I don't want to say he's the third in group, but he's going to be. I think he's going to be chasing those other 2 guys in his group today.
All 3 of these guys played in the Masters a couple weeks ago. Do you think that helps them at all here on this course this week?
Wow. Well, the greens are getting faster, a little faster today than yesterday, but they're not a ton of similarities.
The greens are kind of tricky like Augusta, but they, again, a lot of guys haven't played here that much. Augusta, the greens don't change. Here, the guys are still kind of getting used to the breaks, the speed. They're going to be faster today. They're going to be drier. So you're going to see some really slick downhill putts. You're going to see a lot of curves. If you can get a power lip out, but I expect all 3 of them to play well.
Yeah, I think John Rahm, he actually, even though he finished 14th, he finished Augusta on a good note. Bryson feels like he let one get away as well, and Cam had a disappointing outing. So I think maybe it gives a little more headway to John Rahm.
Well, coming up next, a little team chat, some insight from Don Boulay and Suann, and Rachel Drummond returns. Stay tuned. We're nearly at the halfway point of the season, and Watko Neiman finished 2nd overall last year, which means my boy is looking to go number 1 this year. But he's got some big stars on his back. Take a look.
Watko is only the 2nd man to win 4 LIV Golf League titles, and he has obliterated a quality field.
Watko's been playing some great golf this year. I think he's definitely the guy to beat.
He has just found extra gear after extra gear, just squeezing the life out of all the challenges.
He looks like the one that's doing everything right at the moment, and he just can't seem to get away from the top of that leaderboard. So I've left myself a little bit of work to do this second half of the season.
Watko's a great player, and he's been playing really solid for, say, the last year. I mean, everybody is chasing him. He's at the top of the leaderboard. Obviously, I haven't got off to the start that I would have liked to, but I feel like the game's is really close to being really good. So hopefully I can get the party started and start contending for a lot more tournaments.
One of golf's generational talents, Sergio Garcia, is in 2nd in the standings.
I think it's always nice to get an early win. It kind of calms you down a little bit and maybe takes a little bit of pressure off. But at the same time, you got to make sure that it doesn't relax you too much. You want to keep going strong.
Watko, he's been playing really good golf. he's a phenomenal player and is only getting better. That's all I can say.
And it's only going to get louder.
But obviously, it's early on to be drawing any conclusions.
Joaquin Niemann absolutely locked in on this beautiful course. The club hosted the Mexican Open 18 times, including the first 7 years, starting in 1944. Comedian Andrew Santino's No Bad Lies new podcast has launched. He's had big guests like John Rahm and Cam Smith, but this week we have a new guest. He's an actor. His name, Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and boy, did they have a good time. Check it out.
Also, let's just for the sake of the show, because it's my favorite.
Chagos?
The Chagos, dude.
Well, all this stuff is Peach Pettit's, Chris Pettit's dad. We were in Scotland together, and he would call us Chagos.
Chagos.
Yeah, Rhode Island for idiot or moron. Like, you Chagos over here. Get out of here, and also he would say clean or suspect.
Clean or sus. That's very suspect. Those Chagos are very suspect.
Yeah.
I want some of the fans of No Bad Lies to start using Chago. When you see someone doing something suspect, they're a Chago.
Yeah. Some Chago in the woods trying to kick his ball out with his shoe.
Yeah, dude. Couple of Chagos. Look, that Chago's got his caddy holding that back the tree.
Be sure to check out Andrew Santino's No Bad Lies. Great guy, by the way. He joined us on the pre-round show before. Such a team player.
So funny.
Yeah, that guy is hilarious.
That show is going to be incredible.
Yeah. Speaking of team player, let's just talk quickly about teams. Crushers, GC, Rippers, GC doing a great job. But are there any other teams? I know you mentioned Smash. You mentioned a little bit of Four Aces, but we didn't talk about Torque at all. Are we expecting a surge? Legion 13, also a team we maybe would have expected to perform a little bit better in round one. Are we expecting a surge from them in round two as well?
If Mito Pereira can turn around the putter, Torque is going to be a factor. But counting all 4 scores, all 3 rounds, you can't hide. And he has not been putting well for a year and a half now.
What about you, Pat? Is there any team you have your ticket on this week?
I mean, Legion again, they're in 5th. They're going to need something really good. After that, I don't really see anybody catching. The other teams are playing too hot. But I think kind of where it is right now is kind of where it's going to be. I mean, Fireballs are way back. I don't see anybody more in the top 4.
All right, well, it's time now to get back to where the preparation is in full swing. We're tossing it back to Rachel Drummond in the putting green. Rachel.
Christian, I bet you're excited about this intro. I'm on the dance floor. Right, here we go. So we talk about it all the time. Players have different systems, different blueprints. This is how we got ready. String lines. It's Brendan still. He's got the mirror here for eye line. Can you see the 2 T's? That's such a hard drill, a good one to try at home. You've got to try and thread the ball through there. If you pull it, you hit the left. If you push it, you hit the right, as a right-handed golfer. Here's another mat here with the putting art physio. Great coach called Phil Kenyon designed these. Hope I get commission. That's Tom McKibben and one of the best putting coaches, Andy Paisley. Hey, Tom, is this your blueprint here?
That's my template, yeah.
Why'd you use it?
Just to sort of keep the stroke, half of the stroke pretty good, and sort of the 2 gates there for start line, so just trying to keep it
Does this change every week or same thing every week?
I've used that mat for probably 4 years now, so yeah, pretty much.
Not lose it.
I know, I don't know how I haven't lost it yet, but I'm sure I will sometime.
I'll let you practice. Andy, just quickly, as a top putting coach, do you have different systems for different golfers?
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone's got their different patterns and different tendencies. So that station there, that was Lee's. So he doesn't kind of use a template, doesn't want to kind of think about his path and stuff. He likes to check his shoulders and his eye line and just kind of, and that's his little training aid. So they're the things that we kind of work on. That's designed to kind of keep his shoulders and everything moving together, where Tom would not like to use something like that. So everyone's got their different things that they like to do and things that they do wrong in their patterns. So and then like Tom said, he's done the same thing for 4 years. Once you've got a pattern that works, just consistency, get better at the things that you do all the time rather than doing different things.
Repeat. Thank you so much. What golden nuggets. Right, I'm very much in the way, but let's throw it back to Christian.
Hey, thank you, Rachel. One question for you, Rach. Is there any big-time putter that you have your eye on that you think will perform well in round 2?
I think we've got to say Bubba. I mean, that confidence and having a stat like that at the Masters, around the toughest greens in the world, against the best players, you know, you've got to look out for that man with his putting stick this week.
All right, should be pretty exciting. Love the answer from you, Rachel. You guys agree with that or what?
Funny enough, Bubba doesn't use really any of those drills. He's a strictly field putter, always has been. I've never seen him do drills, tees, none of that stuff.
And Rom grew up on Poana Green, so he's going to putt well. He's not going to putt really badly.
All right, well, I have some bad news. Jerry, you got to go. They need you in the main show.
That's bad news?
That's bad. We love you.
We will miss you.
All right, thanks.
All right,
Have a
get
good
out of here,
show.
Jerry. Get out of here. All right, more to come here. We're going to check in with Sue-Ann Hang and Don Boulay as they give us some insights on which players we should be looking out for today in round 2.
Dom, we've talked a lot about the importance of putting, especially on these tricky greens. Well, yesterday, as Jerry said in the post-round show, in the top 5, they're all top 7 in putting stats. Well, that was not the case for Joaquin Niemann. Tee to green, he was so good. 8th in driving, 8th in approach, he's 6th around the greens. But on the greens, he is 51st in strokes gains, which means he lost almost 2 shots to the field on the green. So I think if he can turn the frown upside down with his putter, he's going to be there this weekend, of course.
Yeah, you know he's going to come back, Joaquin. But I'm going to talk a little bit about Patrick Reed, who had another good round yesterday, 3 under par. He's been playing great lately. 2nd in Macau, 3rd at the Masters, despite the fact his putting numbers are down. But I watched a lot of him in Macau because I was on the call, and he hit so many great putts that just lipped out and just faded away at the end. But they were good putts. They just didn't go in. Now, that's not going to last forever. It's golf. Eventually, those ones that miss are going to drop, and I have a feeling Patrick Reed's going to turn it around very shortly.
Big thanks. Thank you for the insight, Don Boulay and Sue-Ann Hang. We always love to ask you during every show your predictions and maybe a dark horse pick. Would you agree with any of their notes about Joaquin Niemann and Patrick Reed?
I would, but I'm actually going to go with Carlos Ortiz. I'm very excited for him. He's a home country guy. He great comeback yesterday. Showed a lot of poise. I'm really excited. I want him to play well. I hope he does for him.
All right, Pat, don't go anywhere. We got more to come, all right? I see you moving. I'm like, hold on now. We got more to come. Next up, some predictions and final thoughts from our good friend, Pat Perez. This is LIV Golf Mexico City. Stay with us. They've come in hot. They're making it very known that they are here to stand on top of that podium. Let's hear from the big dogs, all of our front runners from round 1. Listen in.
When I get under pressure and things get fast, my hands can get really quick. So I'm optimizing for some equipment. We got some stuff coming here soon, after PGA probably. But if I get that dialed and I'm under pressure and gets those fast hands again, hopefully that'll be alleviated this next time.
Yeah, there's some quality players out here, and it's very difficult to win every week. I've put myself in a really good spot after round 1, and hopefully I can go out there over the weekend and give it my all and hopefully walk away with a trophy.
I'd rather be leading because then I don't have to make as many birdies to stay in the lead. It just depends. A golf course like this, it might be better to chase, but I'd rather be leading. I mean, I think any golfer wants to be leading because you can make a mistake and still be leading.
Anytime where European football is a main sport in that country, the fans almost treat golf as if they're watching that. It's a bit more exciting just because where you might make a 6-footer that in other places just get, a little bit of a lazy clap. You'll get 3 or 4 guys that think you just scored a goal, and it's absolutely incredible. So it's a lot of fun to be a part of, even when we're here right next to the 18th hole, getting ready for my putt as if we'd be in a stadium. There's people yelling, right? Like if it was a corner shot or a penalty, they're just actually cheering for me. Is something you're not used to, but it's a lot of fun to be a part of.
All of our leaders seem determined to make it happen here in round 2. And there's a beautiful shot of Chapultepec.
This will never happen. They won't get the players.
You're wrecking the game. People said nobody's going to show up. All right.
All these guys are done. They're not competitors anymore.
We don't care. Don't ever tell me that I don't care about golf.
I want you to look out the windshield and not the rearview mirror. If people said bad things about you, I'm sorry. You're big boys. Get through it. Get over it.
I've had my phone ringing from multiple players on the PGA Tour.
Is that right? Anyone you can tell me, or you don't feel at liberty?
I mean, I don't want you to steal them.
Owning a team is not easy. There is that same sense of accomplishment and doing a good business deal.
From the time I was 12 years old, I wanted to be a professional golfer. But have I earned my spot yet? No.
If you don't win, what's the point?
Winning takes care of everything.
It's like the Kardashians, but better.
Be sure to check out Live to Win, and here is a post featuring our CEO, Scott O'Neill, here at Live Golf. A lot of connections being made, a lot of memories being made, and wow, what a great businessman, but a better person from this beautiful tweet here. You gotta love it. If you want to join the conversation, hashtag Live Broadcast. All right, it's time to check in with the boys in the booth to get a little bit of their way in on all of the action in round two. We're going to toss it over to David Faraday and Arlo White. To you, boys.
Well, it's another beautiful, sunny Super Saturday here in Mexico City. The 18th green behind us. That's a real arena that's been created there. The atmosphere on 18 yesterday was fantastic. We expect more of the same today. And David, in this rarefied air at 7,700 feet above sea level, there were 11 drives over 400 yards yesterday. And Bryson DeChambeau just thrilled everyone, particularly at the first when he drove the green on the par 4. Do you expect a similar approach from him today?
Well, it's interesting, you know, he said he felt it yesterday and he just went with driver nearly everywhere, it seemed. I'm not sure that he can do that 3 days in a row. Whether or not he feels it 3 days in a row is another story. But I think he'll alter his game depending on where he is on the scoreboard, you know. I mean, if he finds himself a little bit in front or whatever, he may not be so tempted to hit driver.
Right, we shall see. John Rahm, Cam Smith, just a shot back. And Bubba Watson, his return to form continues here in Mexico City after his 5 under par 66. And at the moment, it's between Bryson's Crushers and Cam Smith's Ripper GC in the team competition. Today is going to be fabulous. Join us at the top of the hour.
Big thanks to Arlo and David for those words. And there is the guy we've been talking about, Bryson DeChambeau, still getting ready for round two. Super impressive stuff. Now, Pat, you know, tell us what you're seeing right here. You've been in this position many times.
He's trying to get that ball speed as high as he can. He's trying to get as much carry as he can, as straight as he can, because he knows he's going to hit that thing all day today. He knows he can almost drive. Well, he can drive at least one, we saw, but he can almost drive about 4 more. So, and it's such an advantage, that club. Him to take that out of his bag today would be incredible. He's trying to get it 400 yards because he knows he's got to hit that a couple times a day. But he's just trying to maximize what he's got.
And your answer might be God-given talent, but from a pro, how in the heck is he firing off so hard and staying so accurate?
Well, I'll tell you something right now. From knowing him a long time, you know, he used to be about 150 pounds. You know, he wore the Ben Hogan hat. He didn't hit it that far. And then all of a sudden, he got this thing where everybody started hitting it long. And he said, you know what? I'm going to go full force on this deal. And he did. He bulked up. He almost doubled in size. He worked on nothing but speed. And the only way to, you know, everyone says, how do I hit it far? Well, you need to swing fast.
Yeah.
So the only way you can do it is to hit it harder and hit it faster. There's no, you can train for it. Now, he has almost a perfect golf size, 6'2". Yeah. He's probably 210 pounds, but he's solid. And he just hits it as hard as he can. He's figured out, I'm going to tell you right now, nobody works on the game harder than this guy. There are guys that are equal, but nobody puts in more time. This guy eats, breathes, sleeps, golf. That's it.
And so it absolutely shows that. That's for sure.
He puts in, he does it. You know, all the way down to his numbers and his clubs and this guy doesn't stop.
You ever hit it 400 yards?
No.
All right, now, I always try to do this towards the end of the show because it's when you're the most relaxed, Pat. After these rounds, you're back there with the guys. You're having those conversations that you may not be able to share with the fans. But there is some stuff you can probably give us, right?
Probably.
My first question is, what have you been hearing from the guys about this week in particular in this course? What are you hearing from the guys?
Well, one, they love being down here. The food's great. The hotel's great. Everything's awesome about that. But they love the course. They love how far it's going. They love, you know, the shape of it. They love the greens. It's in phenomenal shape. They love being here.
All right, well, we got to wrap up the show.
All right, let's do it.
Thanks to everyone watching here at the Club 54 pre-round show. We're just moments away from that shotgun start here in Mexico City. Big names are lurking, the pressure is rising, and the altitude, oh, it's still a major factor. Tune in to the Fox app and FS1 on the main coverage. And until then, peace.